Wait, you're married? Yeah. How old are you? Hello again, friends. How you doing? So I thought I would open up today and tell you guys all about me and Will's newlywed experience. So I kind of want to make this video kind of easy to follow along with, fun to watch. So I'm going to kind of do an expectations versus reality. So the first expectation I really felt was going to be true in marriage, especially at 21, was that people are going to judge me for this decision that I made. And honestly, hold up, girlfriend. Who cares? Like, honestly, it's really not important what other people think, as long as you know that you made the decision that you really want to be with this man and you know that it's right, you prayed about it a lot, you know that it's divinely yes, then who cares what other people say? But also, here's actually the fun reality of it. People don't really judge me. I mean, sometimes they will look at the ring, or like I'll mention that I have a husband, or like that I'm out here living on my own in Missouri, which is kind of random. But they won't be like, what? They'll be like, oh, okay, cool, that's nice, that's fun. I don't really get a lot of hate, I feel like. I expected more, but I don't feel like I do. It's mostly older women that ask me and are just like, oh, like pleasantly happy about it, not like weird. Or people will say, oh, I don't think I could have gotten married at that age. And I'm like, well, I ain't you. The next expectation versus reality, I thought it was going to be a seamless transition. It actually was not very seamless, I wouldn't say. I wouldn't say that it was hard. I wouldn't say that it was like bad. I would just say that, now listen up, those of you who are getting married, engaged, and whatnot, this is a big tip for all you guys. If at all possible, live on your own after you get married. Just do it. Live in an apartment if you don't have a house. What we had to do, and we are so thankful for his family, and we love them to death. But we had to live with his family for 3 months until we could go out to South Dakota. But that made for a harder transition for a newlywed married life, because also because we were young. I mean, we've been dating for so long that they're so used to us, and they're used to us being like a dating couple in high school, and now it's kind of a transition of, hey, we're married now, we are like our own unit, and we're living in your house. So it just makes for a very kind of confusing thing, especially with kids around. They don't really, well, they did really good actually with it, but it could be potentially very confusing and potentially a little bit of a strain on your actual marriage, and you might not even realize it in the time, and it is okay. I mean, you know, things get thrown at you in marriage and in life anyway, so it's good to go through these things to work together. It's a journey. It really is just a journey. With that being said, it just was kind of different and a little difficult at some times with our marriage, because I felt like I was kind of just the girlfriend again, but you aren't, so it's just kind of a weird thing. But they definitely respected our space. They made sure that the kids knew that the downstairs was our time and our room, which was really, really nice. But also, you know, you're living under someone else's roof, so like dinner time has to be a little bit different. It's just kind of different. It's not your own house yet, so it definitely makes for a little bit of a strain, but you get through it, especially just in 3 months. It's not the worst thing in the world, but definitely those first few months are kind of crucial in your marriage, especially if you are young and you've never been married before and like you never lived with him before. It can definitely be kind of strange to just kind of jump into his dad's house or his like kind of childhood family, and it's just, try and avoid it if you can, but if you can't, it's not the worst thing in the world. You'll get through it. The next thing that kind of scared me about jumping into this new stage of life was change. Like, am I gonna change? Is he gonna change? Like, what's going on? Now, some people might think that like marriage would change him, and if I had learned anything from high school or my whole life, is that listen, you can't change him. You can't change him. So if y'all are in a relationship and you like your man for the most part, but there's like this little bit in this part, and maybe he doesn't share the same values as you. By, you know, this time or whenever, he's totally gonna change for me because I, you know, give him this good example or blah, 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 blah. No, no, no. You're not gonna change him. You can't change him. You can't change people because people have their own heart. They make their own decisions. That's unique. Like, God made us like this so that we can have our own free will. You know what I mean? That's the beauty of love, is that you accept somebody for who they are, and you love them so much that you wouldn't want to change them. That's my advice here. You don't want to change your husband because you love them. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't, like, grow in your marriage and, like, develop into better people. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, if there's like something major about this person that you like them, but you want to tweak this thing, don't ever go into anything expecting that. I'm running out of breath. So anyways, going back to the point that I was making, I was a little bit worried, like, is he gonna change? Like, what's gonna happen actually? But the truth is that, like, no, we didn't change. We're just the same people. And I'm happy about this. Like, I love him so much. I'm glad he didn't change, or, like, the marriage thing didn't, like, scare him, you know what I mean? I know it wouldn't scare him, but... So, bottom line is, no. He didn't change, which makes me really happy, because I love him. And yeah, like I said, we're growing together. Definitely, like, evolving into better adults, I would say. And we're helping each other along. We constantly pray for each other. We're always, like... with each other and helping each other out. He has encouraged me so much to be a better me, and he's just seriously, like, such a good guy. And that's who you need to find in your life too, is somebody who's going to encourage you. Maybe if you're a little shy like me and don't really like putting myself out there, or just jumping into things, you need a guy who's going to, like, give you a little nudge and push you. That's how, you know, he is, and so I'm glad that he didn't change. Marriage is definitely a transition, but you don't really, like, lose yourself in it. You just kind of gain a little bit more, because now you are, like, one. You're, like, one person, you're one unit, you're one family. So you change in that aspect, but not in a bad way at all. So that was just a quick overview of our newlywed married life up until now. I love talking to you guys and just sharing the little bit of wisdom that I have just from going through life. If you like these kind of sit-down talking videos, I really like them. I think I kind of want to start a series on, like, real talk, just explaining some things in my life and explaining just some nuggets of wisdom that I can give to you guys. And that would make me really happy, because I like those kind of things and those kind of talks. But the sun is going down, and that is my only light, so I think I'm just gonna say bye-bye and see you guys later. Yeah, leave in the comments any other kind of videos, any other topics you guys want me to talk about. I have kind of an interesting background. I can talk about church and the church that I grew up in, or Bible studies if you want to do things like that, which I have some plans to do. And also, if you want me to talk about, like, my work life, what I used to do. I used to be a vet tech, if you didn't know that. It's a pretty interesting thing. Just a bunch of, like, things that I can talk about. So, anything at all. Anything. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye. God bless. I love you all.